Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm just going to do a tool review of a book called Good Magic by Marina Medici. This isn't new, I've had this forever. I just decided that maybe we should start using this on this channel. This is a very helpful tool. It's more of a reference guide or an encyclopedia for white magic, okay? It does cover a lot of just basic stuff. It doesn't go into terribly a whole lot of detail, only because it allows you to take your path your way, however you want. It just gives you some sort of introduction. So it does cover quite a bit, and I'll go through the book a little bit and bring it out and kind of show you everything that's in this book. It's very helpful. So I don't know how we're going to use this in divination, but we'll go ahead and do it bibliomancy style, all right? So there's lots of pictures. This is actually my second copy of this book. My first copy I actually got when I was 12, back in the, oh shoot, here I show my age, early 90s. Late 80s, early 90s, okay. So it has a huge contents, various sections here. Part 1 is all about magic and preparing yourself and your places in nature, the tools of magic, even times and the elements, the magic circle, calling powers. In part 2, it talks all about your garden and anything herb related and all the stuff you need to know about growing and preparing it and what to look out for, the different types of herbs as well. There's an entire chart in here as well. It also goes into some flowers as well, like lavender and lily and cornflower, and also an entire section on stones and crystals, okay? So it does go through a lot, and it has its own chart as well. I'll show that in a second. And then part 3 is all about incantations. So you do have some spell work, and it's mostly stuff that is self-healing, which is good, which I do like. It's very much introductory. It's not like specific or anything. So there's a bit of history as well, which I do like about this book. It talks about some of the history that would have been lost with regards to witchcraft in general or different practices that's close enough to it or similar to it. It also talks about other types of rituals and things from all over the globe. So that's really nice. I like how inclusive it is. And just guidance on stuff on how you can fix your space and find places in nature. Let me get to this section that is all about the garden, because that's the entire first section of the book. So there's charts like this in the book that are extremely helpful as well, with symbols, so you can find them later in the rituals should you decide to do those. All right, here you go, whole section on in your magic garden, okay? I love the whole pictures from the 80s. So it talks about all the herbs, okay, in terms of what the elements related to them as well, okay, and as well as some tips on what you can, where you can do, where you can wear them, how you can use them generally. And then with herbs, the flowers, I think they talk about a little bit before the herbs. It does give you some basics on some of the basic herbs, but then you get like this whole chart for the herbs themselves, which talk about their Latin name, the medicinal properties, what parts to use, and it'll note anything that might be poisonous, right, because that's important, magical properties, and magical use. And then it's all about your flowers, complete with pictures seeing what they look like. And then the next section is the crystals and stones. So they talk about the crystals and stones, the main ones. And then it too has its own chart where you can learn about, like, let's say this is tiger's eye, right? And it'll talk about its properties and its magical use. And it goes through quite a few of them. All right? So it gives you some basics about it. And then it's the entire section about spells and sort of like how to do them, including what to say or write or however you want to do it. And I've always kind of used this book sort of loosely, just to kind of learn, right? And it's particularly helpful. And even talk about divination and different types of scrying as well. Okay, and then the back side of the book You can actually kind of write your own little grimoire notes if you should like to. So this book can also become a grimoire, right? So I think I'll probably use this in various ways on the channel, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. We're not going to go through all of that. We'll just do bits and pieces, and I'm not sure how to do it exactly. Maybe I don't know, maybe a general Aries to Pisces, or pick a biblio kind of thing, and that way you can kind of get guided as to what might need to have some focus at that time. It doesn't necessarily have to be exact of what is mentioned in the book, but it could give you a general idea of where to go. So I think that's how I'll use this book. But if it's been helpful and you like what you hear and you like what you see, check it out. It's very detailed. It's pretty good. Covers a good grouping, and it's a very good starter book for anybody who's just new to it. Okay, so any form of white magic, it covers some basics. Good Magic by Marina Medici. Okay, there you go. Bye.